Hello everyone. Today is 29th of March and it's about almost 30 minutes past 9 p.m. So 9:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry, I was away for last. I was not doing any weekly YouTube videos because of some of the I had a bad infection. So I'm recovering. It's good to be back. So guys, let's start with market US indices probability maps, right? So what I'm seeing for the week of March 30th to April 3rd, April 3rd is a Good Friday holiday in the US. Monday, according to historical pattern, it's about 75 to 100 years of history. Seasonality wise, sentiment has been bullish for the entire three indices. Tuesday has been mixed to bearish, and April 1st, that means Wednesday and Thursday, has been very bullish. So we'll see what happens. Last week, I do share these every week, Friday around 2 p.m. after 2 p.m. If you have any suggestion you want me to do it early, I'm open to the suggestions. I did share this one because I love technology and I do a lot of analysis and investment on technology. Just wanted to give you the 1 week performance of technology was down 3%. Technology on 1 month basis was down almost 4%, and 3 month has been down 6%. So that's why I still do look at technology. The technology has a couple of things going on, AI hitting software industry, then private credit loans hitting the software industry. So, and then the other thing is inflation with the oil prices going higher. Inflation is coming up into the picture. So all those things, so it's worth following and following on Twitter and YouTube. I will be doing more once a week, at least on Twitter, on YouTube, and on a daily basis, at least I do 1 or 2 tweets. And these are more actionable tweets. So that's where we are. What I would like to share. So I do write for investing.com. I cover the most of the earnings and I do a weekly piece on a week ahead. What is the upcoming key events, economic indicators, earnings, and analysis on three key US indices. And I do add my weekly US indices probability maps over there. So that's there. Let's go and we'll do the analysis. I did write a piece on gold, and I said that the Turkish central bank is trying to counter the weakness of lira. They have sold 8 tons of gold. That's about $13 billion of gold. The other thing is Poland central bank is also considering selling gold. So with the inflation hitting the market, central banks are trying to counter the what do you call it weakness of the currency. So that is hitting the market. So it's forced selling. It's not that basically planned selling. It's forced selling. So it's liquidation, or you can in other way you can call it margin calls, right? So let's look at gold. What has happened to gold? So let's start with gold. We've seen gold hitting in January for 5,600. Then we have a blow off top. So whatever we made, we blew, came down sharply, corrected a bit, came down sharply. We hit almost 4,100 for 4,090, around 4,099, 4,100. After that drop, we have picked up based on the oversold technical indicators, neutralizing those. We are right now trading between a smaller range, a pennant type formation. Pennant means continuation to the downside. We will see how it works going forward. On the top side for tomorrow for spot gold is 456365. On the downside, we have 438690. You can see, expect good volatility. Now let's look at the second component, which is moving the market, which is crude oil. In the case of crude oil, what we have seen Let me go. We have seen a spike after 28th of February. We've seen a spike to 120, sold off. If we see right to left, so from, sorry, left to right, oil is going higher. Again, if I take it from 121 to 77 sharp drop, think at least we're going back to 17108. Oil is going higher, oil is hurting the economies, oil is hurting inflation. When the oil goes higher or oil product goes higher, the first thing which goes higher is diesel. Diesel is the diesel is used in transportation of goods and services. So goods and services and everything goes higher. So oil is still in the uptrend. Now, let me show you something which will be interesting. Okay, let me show you something on gold first. So this orange line on the gold is the gold prices. And the green is all the long position and the short position is in the red. As the gold has been going higher, if you see it from here, from September 2024, right? The long position, the longer term position, which started accumulation somewhere in September 2023, they started liquidating. So the more the gold goes higher, the more liquidation comes in. So that means selling pressure comes from the long position. This is from Commitment of Trader Futures data. And as the gold starts coming pullbacks, so there was so short covering is also going on. That means when the gold goes higher, those who accumulated somewhere here, they are selling. And those who got into the short and got stuck, they are also trying to square their position. So that is the first thing. On the oil, I'd like to keep it short and sweet today. On the oil, if the Brent stays, UK Brent stays at 108 per barrel, how much it's going to contribute to the inflation of US and Europe, plus their GDP. In the case of US, it will be 0.8% increase in the inflation, Europe 11%, UK 11%. So that means Europe and UK will start increasing rates at some point if the oil remains high on the higher end, and which looks like it's going to. It hits GDP by negative 0.1% in the US, 0.6% in Europe, and 0.5% in UK. So oil goes higher, inflation goes higher, GDP goes down. That is not good, right? That means so. As I mentioned, that I expect that European banks will be the first one, or the Asian banks, Asian Central Bank or European Central Bank will be the first one to tackle the higher inflation, and they may start raising the interest rate. The other thing, keep in the look at here is S&P 500 percentage of stocks trading above 200 daily, 250 or 200-day moving average. In the energy sector is 100%. In the sector of utilities, 74% above 50, 83% above 200. In the case of telecom, 30, 30. 50%, 50 moving average, 200 moving average. So if you see, most of the sector are trading above 200 days moving average, right? And this is basically, yeah. So, and then you see technology is on 50 moving average is 24.7%. That means the rest of them are trading below 50%, and 42% or 43% is above 200 moving average. That means the rest of them are trading below 200 moving average, which is not a good sign for technology. And which comes back to the same thing which I mentioned here. The technology is not performing well. All right, so have we done with hair? And let's go quickly. We have done oil. Now, with the oil prices going higher, dollar is getting bought. So dollar demand is going higher. Dollar index, which has 57% of your euro, and I think 13% of GBP, JPY, right? You can always check it on Google, the constituent of your dollar index, but 57% is euro. So dollar index from before February, end of January, it has gone higher from almost 95 when everybody's talking about demise of dollar and everything, and dollar is higher at 100. That means 57% of euro is down within this range. Right? So 57%, the highest contribution in this basket of Dollar index is 0. Right? Dollar index goes above 100.50 or 60, then we are talking about 101 and 102. So demand for dollar has increased. Bitcoin, which is risk on, risk off asset. So if it goes higher, risk is on. If it goes down, risk is off. We have seen this uptrend broken. We went into downtrend. We broke this downtrend. We went into some sort of consolidation. Then we dropped, and then we are at the moment in rectangular consolidation between 62K to 75K. Let's see, I think we're going towards 62K. See, okay. Let's look at the futures. So let's go, let's start with VIX. VIX volatility index, Chicago Board of Trade volatility index, let's say for the first time, it has closed above 31 after October 2022, which is not a good sign. That means the market is expecting volatility. And in the past, we have seen spike to 60, 65, when it closed a couple of times above this midline, it has gone to even 70 during COVID. So we'll see how it goes. VIX is also pointing at, let's look at the weekly. VIX is also pointing at higher VIX, higher volatility, lower S&P. Okay. If you see here, this is the first time they've closed above 31 after a very, very long time. So if I compare, we're talking about from April 2025, so last year, which is not a good sign. Let's look at MNQ, which is the NASDAQ 100 future. MNQ has broken this support. MNQ is heading to retest this. I did mention this in the past of my past YouTube. MNQ has actually broken this all-time high, made a new high. Retest move is on the way to 22,400 to 22,300. More room for NASDAQ 100 on the downside, which is a purely, completely technology index. We have a rounding formation on S&P futures, MES, ES futures. We broke through this support. We're heading to retest the previous all-time high, which is around 6160 to 6200. We have seen this. Let's look at QQQ. Triple Q. We broke this support line, double top formation, going to retest previous all-time high, which is between 640, almost 639, 540. I always get confused between SPY and this. So 540 and 539, 535. Right. Let's look at S&P, SPY. Similar, failed to break. We have a small rectangular formation, topping formation, double top formation. Previous all-time high is at 614, 610. It doesn't mean that it will go immediately this week, right? This week looks like shorter week. Historically, this has been within these coming four trading days, 3 days has been bullish. At least two will, at least I expect not all three of them bullish, but at least one or two will be very dark green sort of a scenario. So that's what we have done. Let's look at a couple of stocks. Tesla has a very good strong support between 357 to 345 right at the moment. Tesla is at about 357 on the IBKR, at the moment. Let's look at NVIDIA. I mentioned this NVIDIA a couple of times, even in my earning calls and on my YouTube. As long as NVIDIA does not close above 185, the target is 164, 165. That's where we're heading to. 164, 165 is a very good, strong support. Let's see how the what price action has to offer tomorrow or this week coming. AMD, 194, 195 is a good support. It bounces back to 220, comes back. I think it's again the time to come down to 194, 195 probably before going higher to 220. Alphabet will book through this actually Google broke this support. What a sharp sell-off. Right? And then we are heading to 270 is a strong support to look at. In my opinion, cash is king. We are getting into the phase of higher volatility. We had a similar issue. We had a similar volatility between mid-February to mid-April last year. Trade tariff, everybody remembers. We have DeepSeek, and that's there. And then every week after the inauguration day, that means January 20th, every Monday was either price gap on the downside or price gap on the upside. Most of the weekends, well, most of the weeks. AVGO coming to 297 to 95 support. We'll keep an eye on that. Apple. Apple has a strong support between 244, 243. Let's see what happens. Apple is at 247, 248. Microsoft, not in a very good shape. Microsoft is also heading towards, again, everybody likes Microsoft, but the thing is the investors they don't like it. So Microsoft can even go to 345. Then we have Amazon, which is the last one for today. Amazon is coming into this price gap, which is between 192 to 210. So probably 194, 195 will be a good level. I mean, good support level, 192. That's all for today, guys. Again, my name is Ali Merchant. I do provide, I'm the founder of TWT Learning. So we provide actually research services, educational services, and advisory services. So please reach out to me if you have anything. You have my website is there. You can reach out to me through TWT Learning. I do offer 4 months mentorship program, which I'm going to start, which I'll share with you details very soon. Let's see what happened to TWT Learning. All right, okay, so you can reach out to me, contact us. You can find so if you go to home, right, you can find the, what do you call it, testimonials here. Those who have taken training from me about us. I am contributing analyst with investing.com, fxstreet.com. With investing.com, I do US earnings, and I do week ahead every week on Monday morning. And with fxstreet.com, I do specific on gold, but I'm going to expand it over a period of time. And I'm going to announce another web content provider is in contact with me. Very soon, I'll start writing with them. And you can see all my previous earnings video podcast, which I have done. This time I could not do it because of my infection. So I will be doing more soon. I'll be announcing a 4 months mentorship program very soon. Stay in touch. Thank you very much for your time and support. Please feel free to share within your network. My Twitter account, my YouTube account. Appreciate your help, and have a wonderful week. And I'll be doing more of videos. At least I'll start once a week, and then when the earning season comes, I'll start more. Stay in touch, share with your friends. Appreciate your help and support. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful trading week, have a wonderful week, and we'll see what happens.